So, welcome to the Become a Blogger Genius Facebook group, or wherever you're seeing this, whether it be on YouTube or LinkedIn or on my Milo Tree Facebook page. I think I'm hopefully streaming everywhere. It is so good to be here. In fact, I'm looking because I always get so paranoid. I want to just make sure that it is showing up live on my page. So I want to talk about a whole host of, I'm there, I'm live. Okay, so I want to talk about a whole host of things today that I'm very excited about. I just launched a new podcast episode that I recommend you go check out. And I'll put a link on Facebook and everywhere that you can find it. It's a solo episode that I recorded, and it's all about this idea that I talk about, how to test your ideas quickly and fast, but easy. What is the easiest way to do it? So as you know, hopefully you know this. So David, my husband, and I have launched our new payment solution. And this is for you guys, for content creators and bloggers and online entrepreneurs. This is to help you sell digital products on the internet like that, like so easy. So it's called Milo Tree Cart. And it's kind of like, if you know what Samcart is, or Thrive Cart, or even platforms like it also could work like, say, Kajabi or Teachable, although it's really a way to collect credit card payments for people who are purchasing your digital product. So what's a digital product? Let's start there. Well, a digital product, like an easy one, is an ebook or any sort of digital download. So you can sell digital downloads with Milo Tree Cart. But the thing that I want to talk about that I think is a perfect way to launch your first digital product is by setting up a 1-hour paid workshop that you can host on Zoom. You get paid through Milo Tree Cart. You communicate to your customers via your email service provider like MailChimp or MailerLite, my favorite, ConvertKit. Any of those services connect directly to Milo Tree Cart. So if somebody purchases your product, you can set it up where that person's email address and their name gets sent directly to your email service provider, like it's magic. Anyway, so here's some other examples of digital products. A membership, a course, and we can talk about those. Any sort of service that you can offer. Coaching is another digital product. An app is a digital product. A video game. Anything that you can sell that's digital, where there isn't an actual like physical good that you're like putting in a box and shipping. You can sell, like you could sell music. Anything like that is a digital product. And so you can use Milo Tree Cart to do it. Now, what makes us different from, say, a service like Samcart? Well, one, we don't charge any sort of monthly fee. We take a small 5% transaction fee. So we only make money when you do. And we set this up on purpose because we want our platform to be the way you test out your ideas. So we offer you free hosted sales pages that you can set up in about 10 minutes, and boom, you've got a way to go test your idea to see if there is what I call product market fit. You've got an idea for a product, you want to see if people really will purchase it from you, and then if they do, then you've got it. But if not, guess what? Okay, chalk it up as a learning experience and go test another product. Like, they talk about this, like you should be testing all these ideas. Well, we decided to put our money where our mouth is and give you a way to do that easily. So that's what my newest Blogger Genius podcast episode is all about. In fact, here, check it out. How to test your product ideas fast. So what I also talk about in this episode, I talk about what is a digital product. I talk about where I think you should start, which we're going to get into, which is, I think, a paid workshop. But I also talk about some of the basics in terms of ideas to help you come up with a product idea and how to think about it. And of course, if it is something that you are charging for, it needs to be something that people will pay for. Not just a nice to have, but a must have. And there are 6 categories that I've been talking about. I talk about this in the podcast episode, so definitely listen. Here's the deal. If you can hit one of these, if your product can fall into one of these 6 buckets, you know you're onto something. So what are these buckets? Well, if your product can save me as the customer money, I will take out my credit card and I will purchase. If your product, that's number 1, if your product can save me money, and like think in your own psychology, will you pay for a product that will save you money? I will. Here's one. Will it save me time? Because again, time savers, like I will pay for that. Here's another one. Will it move me away from pain? So for example, if I have a pain in my shoulder, I'd pay a lot of money to no longer have that pain, but it could be other sorts of pain that you're experiencing in the world. We all want to move away from pain and we'll pay for that. Okay, here's number 5. Will your product move you toward love? So for example, building relationships with your children, or how to get along better at work, or you and your spouse, or just people will pay for love. And then the 6th one that I think is super interesting is your product something that will raise somebody's social standing? Because it matters, and we're all human and we all weirdly care about that. So does your product get you more TikTok followers? Here's one. I was actually having coffee with my friend Cheryl, who is this incredibly talented dessert blogger, and her blog is called Bakes by Brown Sugar, and you should definitely check it out because she makes the most beautiful desserts. And we were talking about it, and I said, at the core, you're giving people these recipes that you have tested. She's an engineer, so she's that person who will test the recipe 6 times to make sure it's perfect. But really, what she does is she gives me a recipe so I can make something beautiful that other people will appreciate, and I will feel good about myself. You know, we were talking about her recipes are the kinds of things like you would make this cake for a baby shower, and you bring the cake to the baby shower and everyone says, "Oh my God, you made that? You're so talented." And then you feel really good. So really think about these 6 things when coming up with a digital product. So for example, I'm working with 2 women and they're crafters, and we were trying to go like, well, what could you teach? And initially it was like, well, maybe some sort of, they're like DIYers, like a bathroom, like a bathroom organizational thing that they could build. And then we talked about this idea that how about they could teach somebody how to upcycle furniture and then sell it on Facebook Marketplace. And it was like, ding, 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 because if you can teach me how to do that and I can make a couple $100 selling a chest of drawers, I could put gas in my car. Like that is something I will pay for because you are helping me be creative, but even beyond that, you're helping me make money. So just be thinking again, does it make you money, save you time, move you away from pain toward love, or raise your social status? So this is what I want you to just be kind of thinking about in your head when you are coming up with a product idea. So also one thing that I talked about in the podcast episode was a conversation I had with a friend of mine who's also a blogger, and he set up a paid workshop sales page using Milo Tree Cart. And he went out and also we pride ourselves on a couple things. 1, not charging a monthly fee. 2, giving you these like easy, crazy, easy sales pages, unlimited sales pages where you can be selling in 10 minutes. And 3, just giving you this platform where you can just test and test and test. So that's what he did. And we give you a 14-day launch calendar for your workshop where we have all these templates like sales email templates and Canva templates to create social media posts and things like that. Like we've got this for you. Like that is really what we pride ourselves on, is making it so easy for you that you won't have any technical problems. The technology is super easy. And just we understand how intense or overwhelming this can be. Okay, so he was talking about how he set up this workshop and he was really psyched because it took him 10 minutes to set it up and he went out to sell it and he felt really good about it and he ended up getting one sale. And I said, how was that for you? And he said, well, because it was so easy and because you talk about testing so much, I didn't have to take it personally. And I felt like, okay, maybe this isn't that I sold it wrong or my audience doesn't like me. Maybe it's that I'm offering something that my audience just doesn't want to buy, like that it's not personal. And I thought that was such an interesting way of feeling about it, that you could take that personal piece out. And he shared that he had created a bunch of courses, not a bunch, but maybe like 2 courses, and went off and worked on these courses and finished them. And people had said to him, hey, I'd love to learn this from you. And he thought, great, I'll go make a course about it. And he made these courses and he went back to his people and said, okay, I've got the courses ready, and nobody purchased. And that was demoralizing. And this is why I say to you, again, I am like a contrarian and I say, do not make a course. Like whatever you're thinking, maybe if you have a built-in audience of people who've already prepaid you for that course, fine. But do it definitely be minus work, do it quickly. Do not spend 6 months creating your course, because remember, this is the truth. If 5 to 15 people who purchase your course complete your course, that's really good. And I was thinking about my own experience with courses, and many I've purchased and many I haven't completed, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So I don't necessarily want to buy from these people again, not because they're bad people, not because they duped me, but because I just feel bad. So think about that when you go, oh, I'm just going to create a course. First of all, courses do not sell themselves, and you're going to have to continually be selling it and finding new audiences to do that. Okay, so the podcast episode I think is really good. I think it's really inspiring, and I think I break it down on how to think through digital products. What's great about digital products is you get to sell directly to your people, to your audience. If you have an audience and you're not selling digital products, I say stop what you're doing right now and just put something up and see what you can do. Chances are you've got a blog post that you can turn into an ebook, or you could turn it into a 1-hour workshop, or if you've got a community, turn it into a membership. These are really easy things to do. Okay, so what I also want to tell you that I'm very excited about, here, ready, I'm going to now go through, I am doing a live training on July 21st at noon Central Time. And I haven't done one of these in a while. And what I am talking about is how to launch a paid workshop in 15 minutes, like how to get your sales page set up so you are launched, and you've got my 14-day launch calendar, and all you have to do is go through it and see. And I say in this, do not build out your paid workshop 1 hour on Zoom. Don't build this out until you've gotten at least 2 sales. If you've gotten 2 sales, go do it, because the learning will be so valuable. Then you could also take it and sell it as like a little mini course, just the recording. You could also transcribe it as an ebook. So one hour long session can lead, you can then turn it into a free opt-in using Canva templates. Just make some sort of easy checklist. So it's worth it. It's totally worth it to do. So, okay, so this is July, let's see the date, July 21st. Put this please in your calendar. And here's the thing, it's $10. And you can find it at launchplan.com. milotreecart.com. And why am I charging for it? Notice it's not a lot of money, but I am charging for it because if you pay, you show up differently. And I know this. I know it from my own experience and from talking to so many people. How many things, webinars do you sign up for or get their, ebook, their free ebook, and you never open it? I promise you, you pay me, you show up. So here's what I want to share, which I'm super excited about. Okay, so here is, nope, that's really weird. Let's see if I can find this. Wait, I think it is here and here. Yes. Okay, here we go. So what this is the sales page that I set up in 10 minutes using Milo Tree Cart about this is my workshop. So notice, launch your paid workshop in under 10 minutes with no overwhelm. And it's called the Paid Workshop Launch Plan. And here is what you will get. You will know what to teach, how to teach it, and you will learn how to leave your audience wanting more, which is you want to give your audience a win so that they feel good about themselves, so that you paint the transformation for them and you give them a mini transformation and they see this progress in their own lives and they love it. And that is how you become their person and they will buy from you again and again. So you'll learn to put together a sales page just like this. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to break down how to set up your workshop. It's so much easier than you might imagine because all you're going to use is Zoom, Milo Tree Cart, and your email service provider, and you're good to go. And we're going to do Q&A, and you're going to get your launch calendar. You're going to get a Canva presentation template if you want to do some sort of presentation during your paid workshop. And I will do a one-on-one free strategy call with you to make sure you are on the right track. So to find this, to pay and come, go to launchplan.milotreecart.com. And please come. It will be really fun to show up with you and to open up this whole new income stream that's right there. If you have an audience, now if you don't have an audience, then my recommendation is go start building your audience through building your authority, through your blog, through social media, getting people on your email list. But if you have those pieces and you're not selling directly to your audience, that's like a missed opportunity. And the best part is, what I love is you build this relationship, this really juicy relationship with your true fans. And if you can deliver, they'll buy from you again. They'll buy your next workshop. They'll buy your ebook. They'll join your membership. They'll book a coaching call with you. And it's funny, I've had this conversation now with two food bloggers who've both shared with me this idea that when you're a food blogger, so much of it is about putting recipes out that are that rank on Google by doing keyword research. There's a real science to that. And these two women have become very, very successful. However, when we talked about it and I said, do you feel sometimes disconnected from your audience? Both of them said yes, just because they're putting stuff out into the ether and people are consuming their content, but there isn't a lot of connection. And when you show up live with people, like I'm showing up live here with you, however, it's not like I'm seeing your faces. And when I can see your faces or interact with you, there's something very personal about that. And this is how you build true fans, and this is how you really hear what people are struggling with. And you get to build out this whole other part of your business. And the other thing too is that when I see people who find that product market fit and they show up with their audience, they change. There's a feeling of confidence, a feeling of like, I got this, a feeling of like there are people there who are supporting me and whom I'm supporting in the world. And I think there's something so beautiful and satisfying about that. So please go to launchplan.milotreecart.com, sign up. It's $10. Also, if you can't be there live, that's not a problem. I'll be sending you a link to the video and all the goodies. And I would want you to book a call with me if you want to, so that we can go over what your ideas are. So this is what I'm really leaning into. And I'm leaning into it because David and I saw that there was this need for predominantly female creators to build a stronger relationship with their audience, but not having to figure out all the tech pieces, how it all fits together. That was so much overwhelm. And it's funny because I started to put this together for myself before we built Milo Tree Cart. And I was like, this is really complicated. And I'm pretty technical. And yet I just found it so overwhelming. And I said to David, I think there's an opportunity here for us to help others sell what they know to their audiences. So yes, do you want to be giving away your expertise for free? Yes, but to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, you want people to get close to you by paying for access to you. And I think there's something incredibly powerful about all of this. Okay, if you have any questions about this, please reach out to me at Jillian@milotree.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love you to come on, tell you the date. July 21st at noon. I look forward to, again, building that relationship and hearing what you guys are thinking about as we build out our products so that we can better serve you. I think it'll be really fun. All right, my friends. So check out the podcast episode. I'll put a link to it just right now, and tell me what you think. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your, Wednesday. And I'll be back here again soon. Okay. Bye-bye.